I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. Yeah. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow. Yeah.
Like to welcome you all to the Lavish Life Magazine podcast, where we fuck with nothing but the hottest. Yeah. We got the boy, Tony Sunshine, the man, the grown man. BX is in the building. What's up, T? What's going on, bro? Yeah. Yo, I'm so excited to have you here, man. It's been a long time,
brother. It's an honor, man.
It's
we family.
Yes. It has to. Let's just jump right into it, bro. How you been, man? Talk to us.
I'm great, man. I'm great. I can't complain. If I complain, I'd be a fool. God has been good to me.
I see. You look good, man. I'm so glad to have you. Lavish Life Magazine is glad to have you. Talk to us about what you got going on, man. I see the quarantine. Let's talk about the quarantine thing, man. How you feel about that situation?
I don't know how to feel about it right about now. We still waiting to see what the outcome is going to be, you know, with the coronavirus and the situation at hand. You know, let's just give a rest in peace shout out to George Floyd.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Who's been a big impact on the world, and it shifted the way the world is moving right now. And at the present moment, with the George Floyd situation, it kind of took away from the COVID-19 epidemic, and it seems like we're not really focusing on COVID-19 like we were, and we're not really being careful out there and doing the things we need.
Right.
You know what I mean? So during the quarantine time, you know, in the very beginning, I had quite a few folks reach out to me in my DM that, you know, are less fortunate and come from a walk of life that I know very well as a child. And so they reached out in need of some help, of some products to survive during these times. You know, stores shut down, and Lysol was really hard to find, and Clorox and disinfectant wipes, and hand sanitizer, masks, gloves, baby wipes for the children, Pedialyte, you know, just a bunch of things that people need to survive. And so, you know, one person turned into two people, and two people turned into three, and next thing you know, my wife and I found ourselves, you know, just making 15 to 20 to 25 boxes and sending them out to different folks that are less fortunate. And you know, one thing led to another. We started buying big old boxes of supplies and breaking them down and sending more out, and just, you know, so that's what we've been doing with our time during the quarantine, just sending out to the less fortunate, the shelter system, single mothers and dads with children with disabilities, children with severe autism, old folks in old folk homes without the next of kin or the means to get the supplies they need.
Right.
So, you know, that's what we're doing. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
What we're doing with our.
That's dope. That's definitely dope, man. We appreciate you, bro. So it seems like you and your wife is really tied into this whole, you know, movement thing that we got.
Well, my wife is very supportive of whatever it is that makes me happy, and she knows that this is a near and dear situation to me. Me myself, coming up a less fortunate child and having a single mother, which had to go through the shelter system for 6 or 7 years. So like I said, I know that walk of life very well, and I know what it is to go without or be in need. So who am I to turn the cheek? And so, like I said, my wife is very supportive of what makes me happy. And so here we are. Look, I can show you better than I could tell you. I don't know if I could flip this camera a little bit, but you know,
let's do it.
We have supplies right here. This is what a box looks like. You know what I mean? This is what a box would look like: disinfectant sprays and wipes, and this is for one family right here that's going out. And we just have boxes of supplies here and things that we, if you reach out to us and your story is meaningful and it makes sense and you truly are in need and it's necessary for us to help you, you best believe that we're sending out, your package. You will receive a confirmation from us, and in a week from today, you're going to receive a package that's going to help you survive at least for the next month and a half until you're able to figure out what your next move is going to be like. You know what I mean?
Now, a lot of people don't know, man. Some may do know, but we got a lot of foreign listeners that may be like, yo, who's Tony SunShine? Talk to us about the name and how you came up with the name Tony SunShine.
Tony SunShine came later on in life, when I was in Forest, growing up in Forest Projects. I stepped to Joe when I was about 13 years old. I told him I sang. He told me to sing something for him. I sang something for him, and the rest is history. But during that process, the late great Giz, one of the original members of Terror Squad, one of the individuals who took me in early in the game in Forest Projects and was showing me the ropes and all that, and he was one of the original spitters. He decided that I needed a different name, other than my government. You know what I mean? And so because I was a knucklehead little motherfucker in the block, and because I sang, he decided to call me R&B, but R&B stood for Rough Brother. R&B, Rough Brother. This is a Rough Brother, R&B. He sings, but he's a Rough Brother. Right. Anyway, everyone called me R&B for like 5-6 years, and then the Shit Is Real video, Joe's Shit Is Real video took place, and they misplaced my name belt buckle. And so the name belt buckle that they did find for me for the video said Lupe on it, Lupe. And from R&B, I went to Lupe. Everybody started calling me Lupe. Yo, Lupe. Right. So it was either R&B or Lupe. One day sitting in Pun's house after his first album comes out, he's sitting in the crib. XXL and Source Magazine are supposed to come in different hours to come interview him. And he's hot at the moment. Right. So he decides that we got to come up with a new name for me. We go through like 5-6 names that were really, I don't really wish to bring them up and shit like that because I wasn't interested. Nor was I interested in Tony SunShine, by the way. So let's just say it's about 25 to 30 minutes before the actual interview with Source Magazine takes place. Right. And he tells me, I got the name for you. And I tell him, what's that? He tells me Tony SunShine. And of course I hated the name. I was like, come on, bro. Tony SunShine, no way. Get the fuck out of here. And sure enough, as soon as they started interviewing him, in the middle of the interview, they asked him if what new ventures he had coming and if he had anything new that he was working on. And he was like, yeah, I'm working on my little brother's project. I know y'all probably heard of him, which they had never heard of me ever in their life. Right. But that was his way of introducing me. And he was like, I know you guys probably heard of him, Tony SunShine. He's gonna do the R&B game, what I did to the hip hop. And sure enough, the name stuck with me, man. Here it is. Here I am about 20 years later, Tony SunShine.
Look at that, folks. I mean, if you just tuned in, man, we're rocking out with Tony SunShine right now. He's in the building with Lavish Life Magazine. We got him here. I told y'all we was going to get him here. So, Tone, I mean, it's warranted. The video is playing in the back. We ain't come here to talk a lot. We didn't come here to talk. We came to play the music. Can we get into a joint?
Let's get into it, baby.
Yeah. Let's get into the joint. I think we should get into Shot Fire. It's playing in the back. Let's do Shot Fire.
Let's get it. Shots fired.
Yeah. This is Tony SunShine. Shots fired.
been a long road, but I know that you gon' bless me in the long road. I need some love though, and I ain't talking about that fake shit, that's nature. That fuck shit that make a nigga wanna wild out and say shit. But I keep it to myself cause ain't no coming back from all the repercussions when that K. I'm aiming though. Shots fired, nigga, shots fired. When we run down on a man down. Why the little liquor used to be my nigga, but now I gotta hit him right. Heartbroken, I open fire. I'll close my eyes and just squeeze. Mama told me in the first, never let him get advantage. I'ma hit a nigga first, swear to God I'm doing damage. I'ma put him in the dirt. I be thinking about the worst while I'm ripping on the hammer. I'ma put him on a shirt. Oh, you niggas getting buried, I'ma put him in the dirt. Shots fired, nigga, shots fired. When we run down on a man down. Why the little liquor used to be my nigga, but now I gotta hit him right here. Mama told me in the first, never let him get advantage. I'ma hit a nigga first, swear to God I'm doing damage. I'ma put him in the dirt. I be thinking about the worst while I'm gripping on.
Tony SunShine is definitely in the building. It is definitely warranted. That's the shit right there, my nigga. Shots fired. Let's talk about it.
But you fuck the only thing that ever loved you. You gotta leave me in the gutter when you see me in the struggle. Used to stand in front of bullets for you niggas. Is you crazy? See me when you see me and you wanna call me baby. Tell me that you love me, then turn around, call me fiend. Trying to fuck up on my money and everything in between. Hating on the swagger, hating on the tussin'. And I ain't even trying to fuck. You can have a pussy, nigga.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Now, y'all gotta recognize, man, lyrically, this kid is, this man, let me not say kid, this man is definitely a genius when it comes to dropping bars. They can't play with you, man.
They better try to recognize where they got that trap sound from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where them R&B niggas got that talking wavy shit on tracks. Where they got
Let's talk about it.
Crazy shit.
Let's talk about it. Tone, speaking of that, it's born, kid. Talk to us about this sound that you have developed and the wordplay. Talk to us about it.
You know, back then when I was coming up, and of course I come from a hip hop background. You know what I mean? Like I'm like one of the only R&B niggas that came up in a real live rap, gangster, you know, street politic, like some real shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And when I was coming up, there was no R&B dudes really rapping or rap singing on tracks. You know what I mean? The only two people that I had really heard do it were females.
Right.
Missy Elliott and Lauryn Hill.
Right. Yes.
You know what I mean? We had quite a few rap R&B singers try to spit some rhymes, but they didn't sound credible. It just really sound like really felonious and bogus to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I would make these records, so to speak, and the one that really got me started in really making R&B gangster records was the fact that on the first Terror Squad album, I was asked to do that. You know what I mean? I wasn't asked to make records for the females. I wasn't asked to make records that was appealing to radio. I was asked to make records, to write a record or make a record that was gonna match up to what we were putting out on the album, on the Terror Squad album. You know, and so that's what I had to do to get my foot in through the door. I had to write a gangster R&B record. There had been none. My Kind of Girls. I'm talking about moving weight and bitches that bust they hammer, and you know, there was really no records like that.
Right.
And so as time went on, that became my wave. That became my lane. That's how I started creating my sound and creating my persona and who I was going to be in the game.
Right.
They told me it wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Not only because I was different, I was a Latino. There was no credible R&B bad boy gangster Latinos in the game.
Mm.
So they didn't know what to do with me or how to move with me. They knew that what was coming out could be something, but it wouldn't work coming from me.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah, I get it.
So, you know, I guess that they overlooked what I was trying to bring to the table. Fast forward a few years later, we doing the Terror Squad 2 album. Joe has the Lean Back record with Remy on the Terror Squad 2 album. We doing Rap City The Basement with Big Tigger.
Mm-hmm.
I take my shot. It's time to freestyle. Everybody spitting their joint.
Right.
What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to take my shot. I'm going to show the world what I'm trying to cook up.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out and I spit that joint, and nobody ever really heard that flow or that style. I've been wildin' since the get-go.
Yeah.
Niggas keep on frontin', so I'm finna let my gap blow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get caught up in the rain. Get caught up in my path, and dog, you gon' feel the pain.
Yeah.
Niggas better chill with my shit click-clack. You don't wanna be around when that shit kick back. I hope you know it's not a game. Keep coming at me sideways, and I put one in your brain. Now jump to the rhythm and run up on them and hit him with the heat. Make the nigga take heat now. And if you see him in the streets and the nigga keep on fronting, then that motherfucker need to get beat down. Now while you rapping like you killing niggas, you ain't never feel a trigger. You know, and they ain't never heard something like that before.
Yeah. So they ain't heard that. They
ain't never heard that. And so from there I started planting little seeds here and there and just dropping little gangster R&B joints, and then I dropped Desert Eagle, you know what I'm saying, and TONY and shit like that, and then they started getting the grasp for the sound, and sooner or later, of course, you know, little by little, other individuals started picking up the sound and running with it. I'm not saying there wasn't rappers that weren't holding melodies, because you got to remember we had Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yes, and we talking what year we talking, Tone? Tell them, let the people that's listening back then, what year was that we talking?
I'm talking 91, 92 when I came through with the sound.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And this is before Drake in them, right?
This is way before Drake. This is way before Trey Songz. This is way before.
Let's talk about it.
Before any other R&B niggas or rappers started putting melodies and R&B riffs and records and all that, I was trying to bring it to the table, and they told me it would never work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To this day, you got quite a few dudes that I might see in interviews, and they be like, yeah, because I heard it, and I thought it wouldn't work, and I knew it wouldn't work. Well, I say to them, you know what I'm saying, with all due respect, what do you think Lil Baby doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you think you know, Lil Wayne and them started doing later on? What do you think Drake doing? What you think Lil Gunna doing? What you think they doing? They doing the Tone SunShine with all due respect.
That's a fact.
I'm trying to be as humble as possible, but the truth is truth.
That's the fact. That is definitely a fact. That is definitely a fact. And we appreciate that sound at the end of the day, but go ahead, finish what you want to talk. Come on, we here.
No, I'm just saying. I was just touching on that. You know what I mean? And I say it with all due respect. I'm a big fan of what's going on in the trap world. You know what I'm saying? It's such a big sound, and it's such a big wave that it crossed over into the Latino market. You understand?
Yes.
Reggaeton is no longer reggaeton, it's trap music. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I say if they would have listened to me a long time ago, we'd be the king of this shit.
Well, I mean, you know, every king deserves his own rightful throne, and you have paved the way for your rightful throne.
Bless.
So, at the end of the day, you're king. You feel me?
Bless
Like
up.
at the end of the day, you have done things and been places that no man has ever gone. You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
fact.
So everybody has their lane, and your lane you stayed in. You know what I mean? Let's
I've
talk
been true
about
to my lane, haven't I?
yes.
True to my lane.
Let's talk about the lane thing. At the end of the day, you have done things with Terror Squad. You have done things with Looney D. You have done a lot of people. You know, just to name a few. Let's just say that. Talk to us
I've
about.
worked with a lot of people, man. T-Pain, DMX, Swiss, R. Kelly, Puff, Joe, you know, Fab,
Yeah. Talk
Dole and
about it.
Dre. You know what I'm saying? I've worked
Yes.
with all the legends. I've been in a room with all the legends. There ain't nobody that, you know, there ain't nobody that can tell you that boy can't hang. You know what I mean?
I know that's for a fact. So my question was leading up to is, talk to us about the Tony SunShine then to the Tony SunShine now. Because you dropped some heat on us earlier, man. Talk to us about this whole sound that you got now from then.
I mean, you know, this is just the evolution of Tone Sunshine. I don't think that, like we said, I've been true to my craft. I've been true to who I came in the game as. You know what I mean? What you see is what you get. I've been very transparent with who I am. I've never lied to my fans. I've never tried to be something I'm not. You know, the Tony Sunshine back then was a wild, gun-ho kid. Like, I was so wild. And again, you know me from the neighborhood, and
Yes.
and of course you've witnessed my journey in the industry.
Yes.
And so I say that to say that, again, my sound, what they doing today wasn't understood. They told me it wouldn't work. And the way people act today, like the craziness of these young boys and the shit the industry is letting these kids get away with, I was doing way before them. It's just that we didn't have social media to follow me around.
Yeah.
You understand? What's making them famous, making them famous, and was making them take wave was against the law for me. I wasn't allowed to do those things. It wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the Tony Sunshine then was a wild gun-ho kid, a real emotional guy. You know what I mean? It was hard to be around me and not meet my expectations. Very verbal, you know what I'm saying? Very verbal, never afraid to speak my mind and give it to you just how it is. And the Tony Sunshine today is just, I'm just more grown with the way I move. I think before I speak. I understand folks more. I understand that everybody's not going to move the way I'm going to move. Everybody's not going to think the same way I think, and not everybody has the same heart. You know what I mean? So I take that into consideration more these days, and it keeps me out of trouble. It keeps me more grounded, and I stay less out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it. I definitely get it. Talk to us about, what does Tony SunShine, I always ask this question for a lot of artists, what does Tony SunShine needs when he goes into the studio? I see you dipping some tea there, right?
What do I want?
I said, what does Tony SunShine needs when he goes into the studio and he's preparing to really, you know, lay down these bars and tracks? What do you need? Do you need an entourage? Do you go and buy your stove?
We don't. You know, that's part of the growth.
Right.
You know, again, when I was younger, I would go into the studio and I'd have 25, 30 dudes with me. You know what I'm saying? Heavy bottles of liquor, you know, nothing but blunt smoke and hammers all over the place and shit like that. And today I need my peace and tranquility. I need some good weed, maybe 2 or 3 shots of some Henny and shit like that, and just leave me alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let me just go in the zone. Let me do me.
Yes. Yeah. If you just tuning in, we rocking out with Tony SunShine, man. Y'all know him from Terror Squad, you know, and this man his accolade is just impeccable. You know what I mean? We see his movement. We've been seeing this movement from day one. This is my family, man. This is my
That's
family.
right.
We pretty much grew up together from the mud, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you didn't know, but at the end of the day, T, let's get into some more music. Let's get into some more music. We ain't gonna talk. You know, I don't like people that, you know, they talk a lot. I'm about the music. That's what I come for. Cause my bro's in the building and he's laying them for you. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's get into your other. Let's get into Bruce Lee. I'm feeling Bruce Leroy. I'm feeling Bruce Leroy. Let's do Bruce Leroy for him.
Bruce Leroy, that shine, baby.
Yeah.
Hey. Yitty. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. Yeah. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow. Yeah. Bruce Leroy. They pocket watching, but I got a pocket rocket for 'em. I try to tell them that they know my body, now they caught up in the storm. I try to tell them I'm on ball again. They see it. It's time to go again. Go tell a friend, Believe it. I'm back on the scene. So fresh and so clean, definitely clean. I am the king. I hold a crown. I am a god. I am the mostest. Brought in the wings like a Moses. Part of my soldiers. But anything moving is over. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. Yeah. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy.
Hold on, T. Hold on. I don't think they understand what's going on with this right here. This that drip right here. Can we do it one more time? Can we hit it with it one more time? Let's go back again.
I need that second verse, baby.
Hey. Yitty. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. Yeah. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow. Yeah. Bruce Leroy. They pocket watching, but I got a pocket rocket for 'em. I try to tell them that they know my body, now they caught up in the storm. I try to tell them I'm on ball again. They see it. It's time to go again. Go tell a friend, Believe it. I'm back on the scene. So fresh and so clean, definitely green. I am the king. I hold a crown. I am a god. I am the mostest. Brought in the wings like a Moses. Part of my soldiers. But anything moving is over. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. Yeah. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow. Yeah. Bruce Leroy. They call me Bruce when I step in, you know I got them rubber bands on me. Yeah, I like my baddies on the pole, I like my Duchess being rode for me. Yeah, it started storming in the club and you could tell from my bezel shining. Yeah, I got your shorty and she with it, she do anything to get it poppin'. Yeah, I'm back on the scene, so fresh and so clean, back full of green, I am the king. I hold a crown, I am a god, I am the mostest. Brought in the ways like a Moses, part of my soldiers. But anything moving is over. I got the glow, Bruce Leroy. Yeah, I got the glow, Bruce Leroy. I got the glow, Bruce Leroy. I got the
yeah. We rocking out with my boy Tony Sunshine. You just heard Bruce Lee roar. My man, I mean, I see in the video you got the ninjas, you got everything going on like Bruce Lee. Where we get the Bruce Leroy from? Talk to us about that.
The Bruce Leroy, I don't know, man. I kind of just heard the production in the studio, and Bruce Leroy just flew out of my mouth like Bruce Leroy. Yeah. I got the glow. And that's kind of like the first chant that came to mind when I heard the production, and I just stuck with it. And the metaphor to that is just like, you know, just shining on them, just you know, self-glow, knowing your self-worth, loving yourself, you know what I'm saying? Throwing on a watch or two, throwing on your glow, your rings, your diamonds.
Whatever.
You know what I mean? It could be your bandana, it could be your shirt. Don't have to be an expensive one, it don't have to be designer, it just has to make you feel like you got a glow. I got the glow. I feel like Bruce Leroy. Yeah. And that's where that came from.
Yeah, that's definitely dope. I must say, you do got a glow. You're looking healthy, man.
Appreciate
what you've been doing, man. Talk to us about the health and what you've been doing.
Just eating right, you know, just eating right. Everybody knows there's no secret. I went through a dark stage in my life, and I spent some quality time in that dark stage.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And ultimately, I had to take myself up out of there with no help, you know. And during that time, I had to understand that, you know, to make my way back and get back to where I wanted to be, I had to make some changes in my life. Changing, you know, eating right.
Right.
You know, I quit smoking cigarettes. That was a disgusting habit. I never really liked smoking cigarettes anyway. It was just something I picked up along the way. And you know, I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit eating red meat. So, you know, I eat red meat, but not so heavy like I used to. You know, pork is definitely a no-no. I try to stay away from fried foods as much as possible, unless I'm on the road, unless I'm somewhere where, you know, I gotta put food in my system. I gotta put fuel in my system. So, you know, I try to stay away from fried foods as much as possible. I don't eat sweets. You know, I don't drink soda. I don't drink juice that has a lot of sugar in it and shit like that. And, you know, just heavy exercise as much as I can. Push-ups, dips, pull-ups, calisthenics, you know, and lots of water. I just try to stay as healthy as possible. Wow. I'm not perfect, still a work in progress, but I do the most I can. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, Ben, for those that are listening, because, you know, we podcast and we also video podcast. So for those that are listening, Tony looks good, man. Tony looks good. Tony looks like a new boxer, you know, like, you know, somebody that's been really, you know, working on his craft and working on his skills, and I'm ready to come back and smack y'all with something. That's how my bro is looking, despite of what you may think. I love Tony Sunshine. This is my bro, man.
Love you, brother. Appreciate that,
you know
man.
What I mean? We pretty much grew up from the mud. You feel me? Like, and I'm excited about the new projects, man. Talk to us about the new projects. Title, cover, what's going on? What we got? What we got coming down the pipe?
Well, right now, you know, we still in the process of putting together a well-rounded EP. I have about 6 to 7 EPs. You know what I mean? I have an R&B EP. I got a trap EP. I got a gospel EP. I got all kinds of EPs. You know what I mean? I'm a music lover. I don't want to be put in a box. I don't want to be known as the hook guy or you know, the Spanish R&B singer. I want to be known as an artist. You know what I mean? I make all kinds of music, all kind of genres of music, and so right now we just have so much music, and I was in the midst of actually putting out a 4-record EP.
Okay.
And shooting the videos and putting that together with the quarantine and things of that nature got in the way of me actually being able to put in the footwork that I needed to put in. Yeah. And also my first single, you know, Revolution, you know, I kind of foreseen the state that the world was about to go into. You know what I mean? And so I put out a record called Revolution featuring Fred the Godson. May God rest his soul.
Yeah, rest in peace.
You know, and during the process of me putting the song out, Fred passes away, and so out of respect for him, I took the song off of every media outlet, things of that nature, and I decided to get it mixed and mastered properly and do the right thing by the record. Because being so that, you know, I know Fred for so long, since he was a kid, and I was one of his very first supporters in the beginning of his career, and I advocated for him so much. So that was my guy. Right. So I pretty much knew that there was room for us to make so much more music together that I looked at this joint as a mixtape record. You know what I mean? Like a throwaway mixtape joint, and just a song that the world needed to hear, and a feel-good joint. And so with the passing of Fred, and you know, where the world is today, I decided that the message in the record is way more stronger than, you know, I thought it would be. And Fred's verse is just so amazing that I decided to just fall back off of the record till the time is right. So we in the process of getting the song mixed and mastered, making sure that it's top quality. I'm gonna go ahead and put that record under his wife and his daughter's name, so that all the proceeds of that record goes to his wife and his kids.
That's dope.
You know, and that's where we at with it right now.
Okay. So, are we gonna drop an EP again, or are we gonna drop a single? We dropping 7 songs. What we doing? Album? What we doing?
Nah, we still gonna drop a 4-record EP, just to get our feet wet, just to let the fans that have been waiting for so long. Yeah. For so long. We're gonna let them finally get a project that they could be proud of, and then we're gonna continue on from there. You know what I'm saying? Being independent and not having the proper backing, and not having the proper people and the proper machine pushing behind you and the proper support you need is very difficult. You know what I mean? So we just gotta make sure that we doing what's right by the records we do put out, and not flood ourselves and not put ourselves into a hole to where we can't maintain and do what's right with the records we have out already. You understand?
No doubt. We definitely understand. Talk to us about TS, man. Are you guys still in tune? You and Fat Joe? How's everything going?
Joe's my brother, man. Joe's my brother forever. That's my
I see you put a post on IG with you and him in a picture.
That's my big brother. You know what I'm saying? He will always remain one of my idols, one of my mentors. Yeah. We had our fallout once upon a time because, you know, things happen. You know what I mean? I was a kid. I didn't know no better. I was emotional. I didn't know how to handle what was at hand at the moment.
Yeah.
Joe was going through his fine share of things. Pun had passed away. You know, Remy. We was all just going through our fine share of things, and we didn't know how to communicate. Ultimately, I walked away from Terror Squad as a gentleman. Joe and I didn't have a big beef. Our beef wasn't about no money. You know, as a matter of fact, it wasn't a beef, to clarify it. It was miscommunication, and I felt like I had to step off and do my own thing.
Right.
Joe and I never had a situation over money. We never had a situation over a physical altercation or a disrespect in the public eye or nothing of that nature. It was simply miscommunication about music. And so I felt like I had to walk away, and I felt like I had to do my own thing, which I did. He never badmouthed me on radio or in interviews. I never did the same. And, you know, what was understood doesn't need to be explained. That's my big brother.
Exactly. Exactly. Not only that, you guys 2 years ago was on stage together. Let's talk about that.
You know, Radio City Music Hall, Latino Festival. And Joe reached out and called his little brother. Yo, I need you to come through. I'm bringing out A Boogie. I'm bringing out Rem, you know, and I need you to come out. You know what I mean? And so we did that. And right after that, he took me on the road with him. I did a couple of shows with him. We did Vegas. We did New Orleans. We did quite a few spots together. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
He's working on his project. Dre's working on his. Remy's doing her thing. I'm working on mine. And everybody's doing their individual thing, but we still rep the set. We still throw up them 2 letters. I'm a product of that. That's where I came from. I'm from Forest Projects.
That's right.
You know, a lot of people don't understand why, you know, you fucking with Joe. All I did was go back home. That's my home.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
a product of that.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for a Fat Joe, there would be no Tony Sunshine.
That's right.
If it wasn't for a Fat Joe, there would be no Big Pun. There would be no Remy Martin. There would be none of the nature. People wouldn't even know who TS is. You know what I mean? So we got to give the man his flowers while he's still here. We got to salute him for what he has brought to the table and what he's still doing. You know what I mean?
That's right. Shout out to Terror Squad. I must say, me and you were talking off air, and I was saying, hey, man, I remember when you used to come through the hood, bro, and you used to come through the circle of forest, and used to be like, hey, what's good? Stop.
So extra love, yeah.
And it was, I got to go, man. I got to catch this flight.
I got a show and I gotta go, but here's some love, yo. What's up? Let's get a hug, get some bread, yo. Go party, go do your thing. Yeah.
That was Tone, man. We appreciate you for that, man. I don't care what nobody say. You definitely stopped and hang out with different people in the hood, man. Talk to us about Forest Project a little more, man. Talk to us about the block. Yeah, definitely. You did that.
Forest Projects. I moved into Forest Projects in 1990.
Now we talking about Bronx, New York, right? Bronx.
Talking about the Bronx, New York. Forest Projects, East 166th Street, Tinton Avenue.
Yeah.
You know, right around the corner from Trinity Avenue. I moved into Forest Projects 1990, straight out of the shelter system.
Wow.
You know, it was welcome to the jungle.
Talk to us.
It was welcome to the motherfucking jungle. You know, Vietnam.
Yeah.
What can I say about it?
Okay.
You know, it was a tough place. You know, the crack era, the dope era. You know what I'm saying? The emperor eras. You know what I mean? The big, giant, heavy rope chains, San Lázaro bracelets, and
hip hop,
Santa Barbara medallions. You know what I mean? The chunky nugget watches and nugget rings and skate key.
Yeah. But you know what's so funny? These kids nowadays are wearing the big chains and not realizing it ain't doing it but coming full circle.
It's
Everything
doing nothing
comes
but full
full
circle.
circle. We did that. I know people used to come through the block with the big chains on, the rope chains with the
Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. The second person I seen in my entire life flood a Rolex watch with diamonds, and it's not because he's my man, not because he's my man,
right,
but because he's my man.
right.
Was Joseph A. Cartagena. I had never seen one. The only person I ever seen with a flooded watch, flooded Rollie, was what's this guy's name? We'll get back to that later. I forgot his name. He's a kingpin dude. You know what I mean? He was a kingpin from another country, but I had never seen that before. So, you know, like everything these young kids is doing today, I need them to understand that we did that. I seen it. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't Joe, it was somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of my legends and a lot of my idols do certain things that I see today that I'm like, yo, I seen that in 1992.
Yeah.
I seen that in 95. What do they think they doing?
Yeah.
I never seen anyone with flooded diamond teeth till I seen Pun do it. But that's just me.
Right.
You could probably tell me different. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen it till I seen him do it. Then I seen a whole bunch of other people start to do it.
Wow.
Just like I had never seen nobody in the industry, in the hip hop community with their hands tattooed till I seen Pun do it. But that's just me. You know what I mean? That's just me.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's definitely understandable. Speaking of Pun, man, do it. I know it'll always bother you, man. Talk to us about how you met this man, Big Pun.
Pun, I met Pun, so I met Joe. I introduced myself to Joe when I was like 12 going on 13 or about 13. I met Pun when I was like 16 going on 17. I met him in 23 Park. I had already knew who he was, and quite a few people were talking about him and bringing him to the block and stuff like that. Nobody knew he really rapped, shit like that. He was just more of a goon and a funny guy. He used to snap a lot and play cards and play basketball and shit like that. And, you know, we used to really be intrigued by the fact that he was like a 300-pound guy running up and down the court trying to dunk the ball. In some occasions, he actually did get the ball in while trying to dunk it. So we started calling him Air Goya. But that's another story. Met him in 23 Park. He was with another associate of ours and another guy that we hung out with. And that guy brought someone with him who he either knew from college or had graduated with him from college. And this guy said he sang. You know what I mean? So we sitting there, nobody really, Pun and them didn't really know I sang except for Giz and Joe and them. You know, Pun had really never got a grasp of the fact that I really sang. To him, I was just another one of the little knucklehead niggas from the block. Yeah. And so this kid started singing a Color Me Bad record, the Dream On joint. Dream on, dream away. I think I'm gonna have to stay. Anyway, he was singing that shit. Yeah. And when he opened up his mouth to sing, I was a bit like insulted, like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy said he sang, you know what I mean? He sang. He ain't say he sung. He said he sung. So I'm like, shit, well, go ahead and sing. I'm saying to myself, you still waiting, okay. And dude starts singing this record, man, and I could tell that Pun and them knew I was a little like agitated about it, and I was like, man, that's not how you sing that shit. This is how you sing that.
Right.
And I sang it, and Pun got up off that bench, and he was like, yo, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, yo, you my friend from now on, you with me. And I was like, wait, he was like, yo, listen, yo. And that's it, man. The rest is history.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow, man. That is
that's how I met Pun, and that's how I started fucking with